we like to call Jason Carr Live, also known as the 9:15ish.
Yeah, it has been a while. I had the stream muted. So, good morning, everyone.
You what?
Yeah, everything was muted. They couldn't hear us. Good morning. Yep, that's, yeah, all right.
Where was it muted? I saw you unmuted over there.
It's on this, yeah. Well, we're here now.
Well, just so you know, during the minute and a half or so that we were muted, I let loose a torrent of profanities that will never hear the light of day because you had it muted. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. I have done that. So
what did we go over? What did they miss? The weekend's almost here. New Year's plans. Wear a tuxedo.
Yeah, look at you trying to cover it up
campus
now.
marches.
You can't cover it up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to update this and refresh the feed. It's not working. It is a holiday week. We had some technical issues today and trying to overcome that and yada, yada, yada. So it is what it is. Let's talk about Debbie Reynolds. And this is such a sad story. Saying that she wanted to be with Carrie, who we lost 2 days ago, and then we lose Debbie Reynolds yesterday. Weigh in, share with us your thoughts on the loss of both mother and daughter. Obviously, Carrie Fisher will be remembered most for Princess Leia, but she was a writer, a raconteur. She had a memorable scene-stealing turn in When Harry Met Sally, one of the great rom-coms of all time. Debbie Reynolds, star of stage and screen, but also, somebody whose career spanned decades. She was absolutely phenomenal in a 1996 comedy by the name of Mother, written and directed by Albert Brooks.
I don't know that one.
You don't know Mother by Albert?
No.
Oh my gosh. Phenomenal movie, hilarious. Definitely one of his funniest movies. And Debbie Reynolds was absolutely key to her role as his mother in the movie Mother.
Now I've got a little bit of video from one of her more famous roles.
America's sweetheart, Debbie Reynolds, gone too soon, as well as her daughter, Carrie Fisher, gone too soon. So nice to look back and see old school Hollywood in all of its glamour. Gene Kelly was one smooth guy. Police say a crash happened about 1:30 a.m. this morning when a 35-year-old man lost control of his Lincoln Continental and hit a gas pump. This happening at a Sunoco on West McNichols between Beach Daily and Telegraph. We have video of it actually happening. Look at that! My goodness!
Now he's in stable condition too. He's okay. He was rushed to the hospital afterwards. Swerved out of the way. Another vehicle had blew a red light and swerved to miss. And this was what happened. But I believe he was ejected from the vehicle, and he's gonna be okay.
Let's take one more look. Oh my gosh! How the question that we were asking on the morning show was, how do the pumps not explode? I mean, because that's not a detached, drive away and, magnetic detached situation. That is a full-on direct hit on a gas pump. 2 of them, in fact.
Yeah.
Good thinking on the part of the clerk to shut down and disconnect automatically the fuel lines there before that. I mean, that could have been much, much, much worse. So we'll be following that as the day develops on clickondetroit.com, as well as on Local 4 News at noon and later at 4, 5, and 6. I found this on Instagram. This is really interesting how an artist named Stephen McManamy, how would you say it? McManamy?
McManamy.
Francesca Catanese.
Catanese.
Combines completely separate images, as in this guitar and a bridge.
That's the Brooklyn Bridge there. Yeah, that one's really cool looking. I mean, a lot of these are aerial shots that they had to use to get them, but here's a snow cone and an excavator.
Mind you, he's taking 2 different images, in this case a palm tree and an elephant, and combining them in a total split screen.
Yeah, and I was reading about this one. He'd always wanted to work with an elephant's trunk and just never had access to an elephant to be able to go take this photo. But he was on a trip in the Bahamas, I think that's what it said, which I didn't even know there were elephants in the Bahamas. But
things said in 2016 that will never be said again. He'd always wanted to work with an elephant's trunk but did not have access to an elephant. John Steckroth, 2016.
Yep, that's the quote. Now, there's a hose, and these are the Grotto Falls in the Great Smoky Mountains, Tennessee.
Okay.
We got some candles.
Now that's weird.
Yeah,
that's just weird.
A little creepy. This one too. That's just blending the human aspect to it, but yeah, fun photographs, interesting stuff.
Let's go on to the piano that was turned into an upright desk. I love stuff like this. I know it's sort of hipsterish and Pinteresty and Etsy and Zazzlery and all that other stuff. What am I missing any?
No, I think that describes it well.
Yeah. So what you do is you take something old, in this case, it's upright piano, strip the face off, remove the keys, and turn it into a totally sweet upright desk.
Now, from what I was reading, the keys were already gone.
Right.
The ivory was stripped of it, so there was no renovating it or restoring it back to it actually being a piano. But this guy went ahead and did some work on it, and I mean, here he is, shaving it down and glazing it. And
look at this! He's got the blowtorch going and everything. So
now
it's a sweet desk.
Yeah.
That thing is huge. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell it's blocking a window behind him too, but it looks incredible.
Wow.
Wow.
Let's go on to the best TV episodes of the year. Any excuse. Do we want to run down the list and then finish with?
Yeah, let's finish with the best one.
All right, so Cinema Blend.
I didn't
website.
go through and put which episode they were talking about. Just in general, these were the top 10 shows that they had on their list.
Got it. Okay, so we have the People versus O.J. Simpson. This would be Game of Thrones, obviously. BoJack Horseman, which I've never seen a single episode, but the critics just rave. They just rave about BoJack Horseman. Atlanta, okay. The Walking Dead, The Flash, Black Mirror.
If you haven't seen that, that's incredible. This is an incredible, like a sci-fi Twilight Zone, an updated Twilight Zone. It started on some British network, and Netflix just picked it up and brought a new season out, so I do recommend that one.
Okay, Orange is the New Black, which I thought was, several years ago. Westworld, and any excuse whatsoever to revive this. To revive this.
Oh, no. What am I doing?
The same thing happened earlier this morning. Here we go.
No, but who are you?
I'm David Pumpkins, man!
Okay, yeah, and David Pumpkins is...
his own thing!
And the skeletons are... part of it!
Why are you a part of this ride?
To do this!
Here we go.
What's What's my name?
David S. Pumpkins.
Any questions?
Yes, several. I mean, what, he has a middle initial now? I am so in the weeds with David Pumpkins.
Don't let David Pumpkins ruin your night.
He says, I'm so in the weeds with David Pumpkins. It's just the best. Back to Westworld there for a screen grab.
Now, I have this set up just for a second. We'll take a quick look at it. In Fort Myers, we've been...
Hey, it's Priya Man.
Priya Man, what are you doing?
What's going on? She said, what up, JC?
Bye, Priya. Fort Myers, at the moment, there's an eagle that thousands of people across the country have been watching, and it just has a few eggs in there that we're waiting to see hatch. And so later on throughout the day, take a look. We'll be live streaming a lot of this. I believe it's being brought to you by Pritchett Real Estate in Fort Myers.
What is this now?
This is an eagle who's got a few eggs in her nest, and we're waiting to see him hatch.
See, this does not surprise me that people are watching this online, and I'll tell you why. Because whenever we show Webster the weather spider,
It does really
what
well.
happens?
Yep, it drives traffic. It's amazing. Yesterday, we had 5,000 people watching the sinkhole, just waiting.
So what does that say about this program that we can't get that big of an
Can't
audience
click at
for
five.
quality?
Well, that has to do with okay. There's reasons for that. That has to do with the amount of time that we were live streaming it, because those live streams were going for 4 hours.
Oh.
After a while, it starts gathering more traffic as it keeps going. But this
So in other words, if I was on for 4 hours, we might be able to
we
achieve
might
that sort
hit
of viewership.
5,000. Yeah.
Oh, worse things, right? Let's see the eagle again, because apparently people are fascinated by it.
There it is. What's he up to?
She, right?
She, yeah, of course.
As we're looking at the eagle, sit on her soon-to-be eaglets. We'll check in with some of the people online. They say BoJack Horseman is funny. Gary and Pam say welcome back. Welcome back, Gary and Pam. Good morning to you as well. Tiffany says that she finds our live streams fascinating.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Pretty good. I didn't realize we were going to do one today. I didn't even know you were back. I would have come in a little bit earlier, but...
Diana from Alabama has checked in. We have viewers of this. What do you call this?
The 9:15-ish?
Jason Carr Live. But I mean, got to figure out, like, it's not really a video podcast. It is a live stream, but then live stream is sort of, it's like more like web.
Yeah, and it more implies that all the video we're showing you is live, whereas a lot of this is, I mean, right now this is live, the
Yes.
Eagle, but a lot of the stuff we're working with is, anyways.
Let's talk about the Red Wings and the Lions, or more accurately, how's that effect again?
Oh, yeah, well, they were playing with the settings from the last few weeks since we haven't been on, and I had to play with a lot of stuff to try and even get us to where we were at. So, yeah, I'll need to fix those.
Okay, so the Red Wings play Sunday against the Maple Leafs on NBC, Local 4, followed by Sunday Night Football with the Lions and the Packers. The Lions and Packers. Are they the same old Lions? What say you, Facebook Nation, Local 4 Nation, Bacon Nation, Click On Nation, Nation Nation, Lions Nation? Are they the same old SOL, same old Lions? Ron, you okay?
I'm good.
We picked up an engineer observing the action here. There's
okay.
no problems, right?
I'm just hanging out.
Okay, all
All
right,
right.
just making sure. Are the Lions the same old Lions, or are they going to shock the world and on Sunday Night Football on NBC on Local 4? You'll be able to see it right here. Will they win the division, beat the Packers, win the division, and go into the playoffs on a positive note?
I don't want to get my hopes up, but maybe.
That was even better than a meh. That was like a legitimate, like, John opened his mouth for words to come out and just, yeah.
I hope. I don't want to get my hopes up. Maybe.
Lions will do it, says Gary. Wings lose, Lions win, says Jerry. Happy New Year, David. Pam says, same old Lions. Elizabeth agrees, but Frank says they will prevail. Frank Licavoli.
Ricavoli.
Licavoli. Ricola. Licavoli. Can we go back to gas pump?
Yeah, let's take a nice
Hey,
quick
good
look
morning,
at that.
Martin. Martin Wright's checking in. If you haven't seen this video from 1:30 this morning came to us from the Sunoco station on McNichols between Telegraph and Beach Daily. That is a car hitting not one, but two gas pumps after the driver lost control trying to swerving to avoid somebody who ran a red light.
And that's not just any like little Ford Focus or something. That's a Lincoln Continental. That's a boat. That's a heavy vehicle.
What year? Is that like yours?
No, well, mine's a little lighter, a little bit
I was going to
faster.
say, because yours, this is like an older model kind of.
Yeah.
Right? But imagine you're the guy there, you see the brake lights come on that pickup in the foreground. Imagine you're the guy in that
What do you
vehicle
do?
and you see this coming at you. Aren't you expecting this to go total fireball?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I mean, you got to go help the driver, but do you get your car to safety first?
Look at that. So the driver, we are told, is in stable condition?
In stable condition. He was rushed to the hospital, and he's going to be okay.
Was he ejected from the vehicle?
That's what it looks like. From what I was reading in our article, he was ejected, and if you can tell, just as it starts coming to a rest, you can see him kind of fly out of the. It looks like he flies out of the sunroof.
It's interesting that Gary Holden points out that this occurred, the crash occurred by Duffy's Bar on McNichols, west of Telegraph. Apropos of just the geographic location, and by the way, obviously we're relieved to hear that the driver, we're told, is going to be okay. When I was a kid, we used to go to Duffy's.
Yeah, I've never
for
been.
the burger. They had one of those old school burgers where they bring the little tray of like
the ketchup
pickles
and all your stuff,
all
yeah.
this stuff, and little lids and all that. I have not been to Duffy's. Gosh, probably, is it still there? 10, 12 years at least? They had a shuffleboard table. At least they did when I was a kid. Used to go in there. Good Irish place.
Duffy's Den
It
Is
was
that the place?
Duffy's.
on McNichols.
They were as of like 2004. They were still there, but I'm.
You said McNichols, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're open till 2 a.m.
Well,
They're not
maybe
open
you and I
quite
need
yet.
to go
Not till
investigate the
11.
burger. You and I need to go investigate the burger at Duffy's.
Yeah, I'd like to check that out. Yeah, Duffy's Den.
Anybody tell me if Duffy's still has a good burger? Because I had quite a few. I'm newly returned from New York City.
Yeah. How was it?
Yeah. Wow, it was great.
Yeah. What'd you do?
We dined. We celebrated Christmas with the family. We dined some more. We imbibed. We sat around the campfire. I went ice skating in the meatpacking district with my daughter and niece. Saw Deborah Messing.
Who?
You were so impressed by that, you just broke your pen. Deborah Messing, she was on, what was that, Will and Grace?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She was there ice skating with her family, with her son. So yeah, it was a good trip. Kids really enjoyed Christmas. And how was your week, by the way?
Yeah, I had a good week. It was pretty relaxing. Had some days off. It's good having Christmas over the weekend, so everyone had it off of work and everything.
Good morning to you, Sally. Good morning, Marcus. Bonnie says, doing great. Hey, Bonnie, what's up? Well, look what the cat dragged in. E-Engineering's in here. And answer your questions on his Facebook page. Any tech questions that you might have. Has anybody written to you recently? They still write? Look for E-Engineering, I-A-N Engineering on the Facebook, and have your tech questions answered by our operations manager here at Local 4, E-Engineering. Well, you about ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, I figure we'll end with that Debbie Reynolds video and
Sure.
And keep it at that. Stay classy, Detroit.
for